Alright, we have set up the table, which is nicely done. Objective 1, burned out building. Objective 2, burned out building on the western flank. As you move across, Objective 3 is at the Chaos Altar. Why? Because we're going to burn them to hell. Then we have the Tower of Redemption. Apparently there was a massive battle between Space Marines and Chaos Space Marines that failed to finish off a fight, and they just ran away like little girls. So the Imperial Guard was sent in to clean up the mess, and the tower wanted to reclaim the power crystals randomly scattered throughout the battlefield. Really? Because we want to use them for new technologies, to explore new worlds.
And give your bugsmen bigger ray guns.
Exactly. Because why? We're whaling Utani, bitches. Sorry, little kids can't hear that. But, moving back on, now that you've seen the table, I have already lost the roll for a setup, so James will be taking the nicely burned out city of New Detroit and New Dallas.
New Detroit? Try current Detroit.
Hey, not my fault, it's like a war zone. But moving past that, the main battle for the victory will be up front in the hellish wasteland called the center table, where you have one nice hiding objective to shoot a turbo laser. That's a twin link reroll.
It's actually Tuesday.
I'm not worried about it. And then a lovely wife is coming in, so I'm done. Alright, boys and girls. We're starting off with the Tehassian detachment of the Imperial Guard. The Tehassians have been sent back to pick up where the Space Marines floundered, to capture technology crystals from an alien race so they can either be used for the Empire or destroyed. But before we get into the blah 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 of the mission, we have Precious, aka the Warhound Titan. The vindictive B word. Then we move into the fortress that's going to be deployed in a minute. The Sentinel Company, the ground troops, as are always Precious, followed by the Lehman Rust Battalion of Badass in all its different modes and variations. Then the Chimera Corps, with its heavy weapons teams and mortars, and the Tehassians in their funny Russian space hats, which we think are awesome and cute. But their air support is 5 angry, powerful, badass vendettas, all with twin las cannons. No, these aren't Valkyries, kids. These are the las cannon Kid Corps of the Tehassian ground forces. Last, but never the least, is the Baneblade. I even like the paint scheme because my fraternity colors are brown and gold. So the brass is a nice touch. I don't want to shoot it too bad, but I have to. Alright, boys and girls. Here are the Tau forces of the Iota Phi Theta Draconis Squadron. As you can see first, a rapid response force formation, 4 Fire Warrior Devilfish, and then the Pathfinder Devilfish of awesomeness. Behind that, the Skyfire Air Defense Squadron formation, which shoots down flyers, I hope. Moving down, we have all of the stealth suits, but we're not going to tell our opponent which one is the command stealth suit formation for our tank forces and rapid insertion force. Our recruit riders, which are beautiful guys, hope they live long enough. The commander, Hilarious Watson. Our anti-tank Piranha Squadron with their drones detached because I cannot find the ones that color match, but whatever. The Rapid Insertion Crisis Suit Team. That's 5 squads of 3, and all ready and set up for anti-infantry and anti-vehicle killing. The crew, all 5 squads with the 6 big crude oxes. Now that the rules have been updated, so instead of shooting at 12 inches in 2 shots, it's 24 inches in 2 strength 7 shots. We're hoping for some payback. Now, the big black shape in front of you, aka Big Bertha, is a Tiger Shark 1X AX10. It's just the rail guns have to be shaved down to fit in the slots because someone shipped it to be glued. Then the Barracuda has many kills. We had to find a way to detail all the kills on the bottom of the gun. And then last, but never the least, is the Iota Phi Theta Riptide. I like him. He's precious. My precious. Let's see if my precious can kill his precious. Yes. And that's the war, kids. Let's get it on. Tau deployment. Tau commander, myself, bid 2 minutes. Why? Normal games with my opponent end on turn 3 anyway if I get a bad setup and get blown to death with his D weapons and other joyful insertion formations. So, on the first objective, we have put the Narlock Rider securing the first objective. So as long as it lasts till the end of the break, I'll have one objective. On the other objective on my side, the commander over all the forces, the Polaris, is on the next objective with a Tetra Scout vehicle next to him, backed up by the 3 Skyray formation, the 2 Skyrays and a command double fish for anti-aircraft, because we're expecting a very nasty vehicle assault. With this formation, however, it does put everything out of range for infiltrators on my side of the table, because 18 inches from that side puts you dead in the middle of that building, which still has line of sight from other things. Nobody wants to be out there by themselves. But let's see how this works out. As we stand on the eve of glorious battle, the Imperial forces, in this retrospect, the Tehasians, not fearing death, because they believe that as long as they throw more bodies at the enemy will eventually be crumbled to dust, have deployed straight up along the front ranks. They have not declared infiltrators, but have secured their first objective with rear infantry support. And their forward objective, which I did not forget, is surrounded by a fortress full of diehard Tehasians from El Paso del Norte, the Fist of the North Star. Really. My secret squad, I was going to be that. But Tau set up for infiltrators. We have one squad that's going to man the laser cannon and try to sneak in a sucker hit. We have another group close to the objective. Behind this building, we have our other hidden deployment force. Back here in this building, half of that deployment force. On top of that objective, we're going to play fast and loose and try to see how many points we can keep on turn 1. And then we have the Iota Phi Theta group right there for another badass session. So, versus everything you see here, stealth suits for the win, baby. So, real quick, turn 1 recap. Tau shooting did nothing, but we're holding positions. We are over all 4 objectives, 2 in mine, 2 in no man's land. The Imperial Guard turn has the Vendettas on the table in the rear. They're going to be flying hard and fast. The tanks are moving up. They're going to start laying in their hate. And we're going to watch the entire formation end up in a position to start railing and nailing Tau forces. So, this will be a very interesting next turn. Let's kick ass and take some names. Tejas, no.
Tejas forever.
Tejas forever? No.
Tejas forever. I'll wait on Messiah, man. I'll wait on Messiah.
Fall. I graduated this month.
Excellent. We need to celebrate. Imperial movement phase. They have moved up.
Check before you say I'm done. Let me make sure.
The current Imperial Guard phase. You have 5 Vendettas circling the flank, hauling ass to deliver their payload. Then we have Precious, who's about to crest the hill and start whooping on somebody. However, look at all of this sexiness. Lining up to die.
Actually, they're lining up to blow the crap out of that giant building.
Oh, I already know they're going to blow the crap out of the building.
Okay.
Yeah.
See.
All right.
Give me a call if you want me on.
I will. All right. Turn 1, wrap up. The Imperial forces of Tejas have moved forward. They wrecked the Fortress of Redemption that was occupied by Tau forces and killed one of the squads, unharmed the other squad. Through meticulous shooting through windows with tank ace, they managed to snipe off one of my stealth suits from this squad. The Chimeras are trucking forward, unaware of the unfortunate things that are about to happen to them. The stealth squad that was hiding meticulously away from sight got pinged for destruction by the Warhound Titan. However, the other squad is good to go. So is the other squad. The Sky Rays with the commander are still sitting pretty. So at the end of turn 1 for counting points, Tau 2, Imperial Guard 2. if they're within 3 inches of it with anything. No.
Shit, I forgot to move flat out.
So, 2-1. Go ahead and move flat out. Alright, tau movement. The crude formation of rainbow pattern has swarmed the rear position that's currently lightly guarded. Looking at the rear of a lot of vehicles that are not helpful to me right now. The rapid insertion formation has dropped. Unfortunately, we're kind of hosed due to a strategic asset called shield generator marked by the super glue. Yes, we said the super glue. So, this tank, that tank, that tank, that tank, and this big monster and those little bastards cannot be shot at because they're within 6 inches of a unit friendly on the ground to the strategic asset. However, this nicely thing that I painted, I remember
Actually,
painting.
no, you didn't paint that.
Oh, I didn't paint this one. It looks like the one I painted, could have swore. But this one and that one, yes, that pretty brown thing, are going to eat missiles from Skyfire. Can I get to reroll misses? The rest of the formation said, whoa, bump your noise. We're going to open up every tank and rape your little guys in there because we're going to get annihilated the next turn. So, the Tiger Shark has to back up due to the fact that it can only fly up to 36 and still shoot, which is not a problem. But we're still going to put out that nice template of love somewhere out there downrange. Barracuda's coming in low. This formation back here, both of them in a shooting phase, will move an additional 12 inches because we're expecting missile wars for flyers. Amen, hallelujah. Merry Christmas. Alright, movement update. Due to a small technicality, the Rapid Response Force, which is a Counter-Strike cadre, is now on the table, way ahead of schedule. I'm not behind his line shooting up Armor 10 rears. I'm going to be dealing with Armor 14 fronts. Suckface. The Piranhas are already moving up to speed. We're going to see how long we last in Raper formation. Sky Rays have been fixed. Tetra has been fixed. And the Tiger Strike's been fixed. Everything else is pretty much good to go. So, in review, 1 Crisis Suit Squad Riptide, Stealth Suit Team with Fusion Blaster. The regular pretty standard paint scheme Crisis Suit Team with Missile Pod Plasma on all 3. Missile Pod Plasma Burst Cannon. Missile Pod Burst Cannon at 1 of the Sky Rays. We're going to go 6 Missile Pods, 3 Fusion Blaster shots at this Vendetta. And then this guy down here in the remaining squad is going to open up whatever hatch isn't opened up by the other team. Whoop-de-doo. On to the back side, we've already seen the rainbow of pain getting ready to go down. I want to start here because why is going to make me special. But for all of my people that I know that play for the other team, male and female, we're just going to say this for last because I know you rainbow people like me that are fans of painful destruction in 40k, because that looks like Zinch, Slanesh, and yeah, all the other chaos.
All the colors of the group rainbow.
And the chaos demon rainbow.
That too.
We'll say that for you guys for last. On the shooting.
Apocalypse, the disruptor generator.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm out flanking and deep striking? Not if I roll a 4 or better, and then I get to decide where your men are going.
So, end of Tau turn 2 shooting. The rapid insertion formation was thwarted temporarily. Because if he doesn't wipe them out, it'll suck for him. But, moving over, we have opened up all 3 of the Chimeras, got the squads out, so we're about to deal with that respond fire. Whoop-de-doo. Moving over, we glance, 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 and immobilize the tank over there. We hurt that Vendetta. We scratched that Vendetta, but we didn't kill it. This one is hurting, but not dead. They're going to get out and kick our ass, or attempt to.
No.
These guys are running like little girls. We blew out their tank. So at the end of Tau turn 2, he does not own the objective. Interesting. Let's see how long we can keep that going. Over here, this will be very interesting and painful. He still owns that objective. I need to back out of here, out of line of sight, and keep running. But I'm the only one close to that objective, so technically that one's mine. And done. And done. So we'll see how the Imperial turn 2 rolls.
I don't think I should get that far.
Alright, Imperial movement phase. They have circled the wagons and it's coming to deal to rapid insertion for us. At the end of the turn, he'll have 4 objectives to my 2. Precious is turned around to deal with 3 crisis suits, which will be interesting. So I have a lot of other guns. This squad has regrouped, and their buddies are coming to help them keep the point. So unless he can wipe 5 squads of crude off the board, we'll be contesting that after the break. The Tau shooting phase didn't manage to kill Diddley squad, and I forgot to fire off 12 seeker missiles, which would have reamed the sides of a lot of tanks and slowed them down. However, I have 2 flyers and a bunch of anti-aircraft that are going to make this guy's life hell. Look downfield. Woohoo! 2 Sky Rays, a Barracuda, Tiger Shark, and Christmas. Let's see. Alright, this is the bottom of the Imperial turn 2 before the break, which will be a 10-minute break. We have the Vendetta capturing a point. We have that fortress capturing a point. They have recaptured that point. That's 3, 4. So, Tower down by 2 points. And the morale for the Tau, the redemption, is the Imperial Guard were about to charge with their sergeant and got plasmaed in the face. That was awesome. The turn down was we hit, but we didn't kill not one of these bastards. So let's see if they can finish me off. They have to roll 3s to hit, but they have to roll
5's the wound.
So with 5's to wound, I hope I can turn the tide and just be a badass. For Timmy! Alright, official wrap up of the first break. We've lost more than 50% of the rapid insertion force, including Big Boy. Some crew, a couple squads of stealth, a lot of crew, but less than 1,000 points altogether. However, after the break, this nice, beautiful rainbow of crew will be returning the favor and capturing this point. The Vendettas or somebody will have to turn around and come deal with their rear flank. This fortress has to go. We'll deal with that soon. Baneblade didn't get to shoot anything because he kind of annihilated everything. Overkill in droves. But with everything now in side armor, when I pop my next strategic asset, I won't be too upset. Now, I can't wait for the flyers to come in and the anti-aircraft to pop him, rape him, get his boys out, and then we gun him down, take back the objective. With nothing that can go that far forward, then I'm kind of happy that I'm this far back. Granted, he's right. Tactically, I held back too much in the first turn, but not knowing the complete nastiness of D weapons.
You knew. You knew.
I didn't know. Because if I had 4 shots at 72 inches, I could drop first.
96.
I'm talking about for me, 72.
Right.
And get first shot, then it would have been goodbye void shield, D weapon, 2 more railgun shots.
Oh, like
However, if you're going next door, take the chicken that's left and throw it in the microwave.
They have a microwave?
Yeah, they have a microwave. Just ask Will to throw it in the microwave for you. Take out the foil, put it all in one box.
Okay.
But the Imperial Guard effectively own no man's land. That's it. Tau forces effectively own the backyard. What he's sneaking in the backyard is this group right here, which won't last too long, but they'll still be annoying. But we'll see what happens after the break. Alright, update. I took outflank for the remainder of my units that were coming out from reserves. I should have waited with the other tank so I could sneak in, but I think the hammerheads can help me do enough damage to where it's going to make someone very uncomfortable about their deployment and their movement phase. Those crisis suits are going to go get themselves killed, hopefully, but we'll see how that works out. Everything else is moved up, moved over, and moved out. We're expecting a nasty counter surprise from the enemy, but we'll deal with it when it shows up. So, Tau movement phase, and to show you the adjustments, because I know D weapons are coming. I need to be far away enough so he has to really waste fire and make it difficult for him. Join us as we annihilate our foes. Thank you very much. Okay, after much clarification, this is where the hammerheads ended up. They managed to pop off 2 Imperial Guardsmen to clear an objective. So officially the score right now for the Tau is 2 and a clear. Clear does not count on this turn, so it'll be 4 to 4. Well, it should be 4 to 7 in a second. But we're coming back a little bit. The Icefire Warhead did not save me. It was a nice shot, but versus Imperial Guard heavy tanks, peh. I should have went outflanking and showed railgun shots. However, the D weapon opened up that building and got rid of all the las cannons that were annoying the piss out of me. Precious, we didn't shoot at. We beat them up in a fist fight, made them run. They're going to continue to run while they shoot me. So let me make sure I'm facing them so they can shoot me in the face, not in the ass. We won a fight over here running off that squad. We're going to hold this building. We're going to lose all of those guys in a second, which will be and that'll be most of the game unless we waste more in precious objective time. Back here in the Rainbow Coalition, we popped 2 chimeras. So the tank count is 1, 2, 3 chimeras.
5 chimeras.
5 chimeras.
A Lehman Russ.
Lehman Russ.
And a Vendetta.
2 vendettas.
2 vendettas, sorry.
Which is kind of sexy for me, because that's what I wanted to shoot down anyway. So, these little happy bastards are pinned. They're not going far. They can't claim their objective because they're not close enough to it. They'll claim their objective, and then we'll be dealing with them in a minute. But all in all, it is kind of sexy right now. On to the Imperial Guard turn. The Imperial Guard's strategic asset was to replace one of its precious vendettas. Dwacked. It's on top of the crew. Unfortunately, it can only pop 3 las cannon squads, which is 3 model kills, and hope for morale tests. This Chimera moved up, those guys moved up. This squad is still screwed because they are pinned for the turn. So all the shooting will come for those 2 squads.
Actually, they can still rapid. They can still snapshot.
Snapshot, The crisis suit was so big and scary that it random 7 inches this way underneath the watchful eye of this vendetta who has las cannons trained on it. Whoops. Sparkly Precious, the D Weapon King, is looking at this. Ow. I hope it doesn't kill everything in one blast. The tanks have moved along, and the Icefire Warhead will go off again next turn until I roll 1.
I don't have a second one.
I thought it kept going every
No,
turn.
it doesn't.
Oh, it's a 1 shot?
Yes, it is 1 shot.
I wouldn't have wasted it then. My guys are still in the middle here. We're clean, but the Tiger Shark is being hunted by 2 vendettas. That is roughly 6 las cannon shots, but I have my evasion if I want to take it at a 3 or better. I also have that nasty thing called Disruption Pod, which you can take on flyers. And I'm shrouded because I'm within the bubble of my other guys. So I'll have a 3-up cover safe in the air.
Pretty much.
Sexy. I'll take
As long as you
it.
obey it.
But I still get a jink save anyway.
You have to evade the jinx.
Oh, well, we'll do that. I can just toss the template out.
You can't fire blast markers when you have to snapshot.
Yeah, snapshot it up. But anyway, these 12 guys are going to eat 1 hammerhead, then the rest of the hammerheads and tanks and the commander. And the partridge and the pear tree are going to bring them a new one. So we'll see how this plays out. Good night. Alright, boys and girls, at the end of the gruesome Imperial turn 4?
Actually, I do believe this is turn 3.
3. My correction. The Sentinels annihilated a hammerhead. Much to the dismay of the Tau commander, it's an unfortunate passing of troops and material. But we still have everything here, which got a lot of Baneblade's attention, and it just laughed at it, maniacally. I love my stuff. It's badass. It's fucking badass. Scooting over here. Yeah, we lost this whole corner, so we're going to see if we can get lucky popping Precious. He has 2 void shields, so I have to literally scratch it and glance at the shields to pop them. Then we'll de-weapon it, see if we can get it to go nuke. These guys are still running, which is awesome. Moving on. This is what Precious stepped on, made it explode. It's just sitting on the table. These guys are running, so we'll go ahead and do leadership. So it's going to be the beginning of my turn. They're gone. Not a problem. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4 squads to deal with all of that. I'm not really upset. More annoyed than not upset. These guys, I just want to drop 1 template on them and make them run away, but it's not going to happen. Ah, the vendettas. Oh, the vendettas. They just annoy me. Let's go air hunting. And I'm not going to play the Airwolf theme. I'm going to purposely add I Can't Stop by Flux Pavlon to this one. Ha 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 for that shit. Sky Rays, it's time to pay your bills, kids. We're going to go out and hunt us pain. Lots and lots of pain. These squads are going to turn around and open up the raft. This is 1 squadron. For those of you who know the rules, squadron hits kind of suck.
Not anymore.
Well, I'm looking at 8, 16, 24, 32, 40 shots, strength 5, AP 5, 5 and 6 is glance. Ow. Railgun, railgun, ion cannon. Oh baby, make it sexy, make it rain. Now on to the tile movement. Well, tile movement. We have addressed the sentinel problem by circling the wagons for 8 vehicles. We've turned around and dropped the other 3. Oh, we have to move them. So let's move them and get them ready to pop the vendettas. I need the tape measure. Need the tape measure. Need the tape measure. Tiger Shark and Barracuda going air hunting. Screw your Airwolf thing. He deployed the shield generator again. Yeah, we're not worried. Over here, the Rainbow Coalition, we're going to ignore the flyer for this turn and go after the guys on the ground. They're the only things that can hold that objective. That flyer can't get within terrain. He has to move 36, so he'll fly away and come back later. Everything else, we're still annoyed with, but we're working on it. After shooting report, these guys, including the commander, mauled a nice number of the Sentinels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 out of 10. There's 3. Yeah, there's 3 left. Ain't bad. Flubbed a couple rolls, but he was gracious enough to spare me. Still have this objective. So here we've moved up. We splashed one more flyer because I had to evade. I'm not going to get to splash that one, but I will pass over his lines. Okay, finishing a recap. Bertha's going to try to pop Krusty the Magic Dragon. We're going to continue with the abuse and the punishment. After all the shooting, we've made contact with both units. We're about to get smashed in the face for the first 2 assaults. And then go pop goes the weasel on the tank and try to resolve capturing the objective. We'll see how that plays out. Alright, final tally at the end of the game called a draw. It is a draw. Repeat. After the end of the first break, I had 2 victory points. James had 4. He burned a victory point to replace a flyer, so we killed 3 of the vendettas and not enough of his big tanks. Looking over here, 3 Sentinels left. If we would have continued, I would have wiped them out. He would have burned another victory point and brought them back. But I still have that one. Still have this one, even though James called him a wuss. Still mine. Valiantly tried to hold on, but we got wiped. The Barracuda survived. Bertha survived. Because we were going to go headhunting for his HQ. It didn't matter. These little bastards survived, didn't have enough. This thing came back and gave me a tie. Thank you so much. Over here, 3 squads holding up 1 squad and the objective. Win for the team. Coming back across, his Fortress of Silly died. Thank you so much.
It's a redoubt, not a fortress.
It's a pain in my ass. That's what it is. So with that being said, that objective was clearly his. However, have another turn. Barracuda would came in first, popped the command vehicle that's pinned, ended that conversation. Bertha would have came over, Tim played and annihilated the rest of the guys sweeping off the objective. We would have had nothing here to deal with that. He could have kept it. However, the Sky Rays would have taken the time to polish off that last vendetta, keep this one clear. We had 2 stealth suit squads that should have moved out and captured the objectives. My fault. But they survived the entire time. So all in all, after some mistakes, because Games Workshop never makes an easy game. Blah, blah, blah. A brilliant victory.
These guys never moved the whole game.
I know. No, that's awesome. Because that was my other positional relay, which failed. If I had another squad coming in, I was going to bring them in to counterflank. So, counterflanking the replacement crew formation with 6 guys doing 24 strength 6 swings versus a rear armor 10 would have gave me everything I wanted for Christmas. All your tanks. And at least glances on a Bane blade. But, however, Precious did its job. But we don't care. And good night. Thank you for watching another fun tile report from the Dracona sector of Dragon's Lair, San Antonio.